Hey everybody, welcome back to my Slice of Heaven. I'm Joey, and today is Sunday. You know what that means? It means it's Sunday Soup Day. And today we're going to be doing another favorite of mine, not too much of the family's, because they don't really care for beans, but today's going to be ham and bean soup. And I'm going to take you down and show you the ingredients. This soup here is, again, packed with ham. We're going to have some beans, and salt and pepper is really the only seasonings you're going to put in it. So let me take you down, I'll show you the ingredients, and we'll get started cooking. Alright guys, the ingredients today, we're going to need 1 pound of navy beans or Great Northern beans. I'm going to be using 2 cans today. I'm not going to be using the dry beans. We're also going to need 8 cups of water or vegetable or chicken stock. I use water and use the chicken bouillon cubes, so we'll need 8 of the chicken bouillon cubes also. We'll need 1 ham bone. We'll need 2 cups of diced ham, 1 cup of carrot, 1 medium onion, and 1 cup of celery, 2 garlic cloves minced, which we use the minced garlic in a jar, salt and pepper to taste, and we'll need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to soften our vegetables. And don't forget, you also need your favorite soup pot. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to use any salt until the very end. I'll taste it and see if it needs salt, because this ham that we got recently was very salty. Alright guys, I did say we're going to use a ham bone in this soup. Usually I use smoked ham hocks, but right before Christmas, or right after Christmas, Aldi's had a sale on hams. We bought actually 4 big hams, and we diced it up and separated it into individual package sizes that we thought we would use when we cook a meal. So that's why we have soup bone, or the ham bone. Like I said, usually we use smoked ham hocks, so the soup will not come out quite as what we are used to, because again, we're using the ham bone instead of the ham hocks, smoked ham hocks. Let's go ahead and get back to the recipe and get started. Alright guys, my oil is getting hot. I can smell it. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 medium onion, 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of carrots. We're also going to go ahead and add the garlic at this time. We're just going to have our pot on about medium right now, and we're just going to cook this until the onions and celery look a little translucent. Alright guys, at this point we're going to add our 8 cups of vegetable or chicken stock. In my case, I'm going to use 8 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and add the 8 chicken bouillon cubes. And at this point I'm going to go ahead and add my ham and my ham bone also. And our ham bone. And we're also going to add our 2 cans of Great Northern beans. And then we'll just go ahead and give us a mix up. And we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're just going to simmer it for an hour. Hey everybody, I forgot to tell you guys something at the beginning of this video. This is actually going to be 2 recipes, so you're getting a bonus recipe with this video. With the bean and ham soup, we're going to have Navajo Fry Bread. And that's basically, we're going to make a dough, and we're going to fry it in a skillet, and we're going to serve that with our bean and ham soup. If you don't know how to make Navajo fry bread, I'm going to show you the recipe here. Maybe you've never heard of it, but I know a lot of you guys have heard of bannock, and you could probably, well, not probably, you could just use bannock if you wanted to and make bannock bread. But we're going to use the Navajo Fry Bread, and this is just going to be a basic recipe, not many ingredients. Now you can add seasonings and stuff to this bread if you like. I'm not going to today, but I know like rosemary is pretty good in it, so is garlic. But we're just going to do this basic bread recipe today, and I'll bring you over to this bowl and I'll show you how I'm going to put that together. So guys, in this bowl I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of salt. And I'm going to go ahead and mix those together real quick. Just want to get that baking powder and that salt incorporated in the flour as much as possible. Now there is only one more ingredient, and that is 2½ cups of warm milk, which I do not have warm milk. I did not take any out, so I'm just going to use cold milk out of the refrigerator. So guys, we're just going to add the 2½ cups of milk to this flour mixture. I'm just going to go ahead and pour it all in there. It'd be easier for me. Like I said, you can add seasonings to this if you want. Garlic powder, maybe some little bit of pepper. Rosemary, like I said, is good in that. I'm going to have to get rid of my whisk here. Let's switch to a spoon or a spatula. Alright guys, I mixed the dough together. I did have to put about another ½ cup of flour in there because it was pretty wet. It's still a little wet, but I'm going to try to work with it the way it is. If you think it's too wet to you, just add a little bit more flour. But I got 2 cups of vegetable oil heating in my skillet. I'm going to form the dough into little balls, pat them flat, and then drop them in the hot oil. Just make sure to flour your hands really well, or the dough will stick to your hands. Do about 4 at a time in the skillet, and we're just going to watch the edges. Once it starts turning brown, we'll flip them over. Whoops! Try not to splash your oil like I just did. And guys, when I flip them over, I like to add a little salt to them. Or you can do it as soon as you take them out of the skillet. And when you take them out of the skillet, you're going to want to put them on a paper towel. Just absorbs a little bit of the oil. It should not the bread should not have absorbed much oil because the oil was hot. And usually, guys, it does not take as long on the second side. You can see that's pretty brown now. We're just going to stick them on a wet paper towel. Like I said, at this point you can sprinkle a little bit of salt on them. And these are really good the next day, guys, with a little bit of honey on them. I usually cut them in half. So I have 2 flat ends, and then I drizzle honey on it. Alright guys, you can see my soup is ready. It's packed full of ham and beans and carrots and celery, and it smells really good. I forgot to mention I did add pepper at the end. I did taste it. It did not need salt, so I just added a little bit of pepper. And now we'll take a bite of this. And it's really hot. Oh, it's really good. This soup is really good. The bread is really good with the soup. Even though I did not add any salt to the bean soup, it is still a little salty from the ham. Well guys, I'm going to set this down because this bowl is hot. That's going to be my 2 recipes for today. Well, that's going to be my soup recipe, and you got a little bonus recipe for the Navajo Fry Bread, which is really good. You guys should give that a try. One thing I would mention, if you try the Navajo bread, the dough does come out a little wet if you follow the ingredients, that's the way I like to do it. And then add my flour as I need it. And I'll also add flour to my hands as I'm patting it out. That way it doesn't get way too overly dry by adding a bunch of flour in the beginning. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Maybe you didn't like the video, but you just like watching me. Go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all have a great day, great week, and a happy new year. And I will see you all next time.